Hello, Toads and Toadettes. Man, is it time to be a Pikmin fan. In today's Nintendo Direct, we got a new trailer for Pikmin 4, and this crap is looking ultra spicy. While it wasn't the best Direct overall, Pikmin still delivered. So how about we analyze this trailer, and I give some of my thoughts about Pikmin 4 and just how magnificent it's looking. I also made a video not too long ago talking about why I love Pikmin so much. Highly recommend checking that video if you are a Pikmin fan. Let's get right into this. The trailer starts off with a familiar looking capsule thing. Don't remember its name, but this looks like the same thing from Pikmin 2. We see more gameplay of it later. It has the same little beam where you put treasure from, but it looks like this is not actually in relation to the main spaceship as it comes by itself and does not look like it would fit on the spaceship, as the spaceship looks humongous in this game. But it's cool to see some returning characters, I guess you could talk to, so we'll consider a character. But they also show more gameplay of the planet. It does not look like PNF 404, but it looks like one of the areas is like kind of a garden. We've seen gardens before, Garden of Hope, really cool. But it looks like a front yard, maybe we see gates, benches, similar to the first trailer. We see a fiery blowhog as well, along with what looks like baby versions of the Snagrit. I'm pretty sure that was its name, Snagrit, little bird enemy that would always kill a lot of my Pikmin. It also looks like there's a backyard. We see an actual house for once. That means that someone must have been on this planet that is big. Lore, maybe? I have no idea what's happening there. But we see some colorful tires and all that. And these little ice shards, I've seen more of these later. They look like star bits from Mario Galaxy. Shout out to Mario Galaxy, best game ever made. Don't know what this is gonna do. Maybe it's like nectar kind of thing. I saw red stuff laying on the floor later. Or earlier, maybe each Pikmin type, it needs its own. Like the new Pikmin type gets this, we'll talk about later. We don't really know what's happening though. We then see the little capsule land in this garden area, not near the spaceship. We later see the first captain, which I originally thought was Brittany from the screenshot that they showed. It turns out this thing looks like something from PBS Kids. Also, it looks like the pod is the one that drops off the captain, so no idea what's happening with the ship that's shown later. Then we see the onion, which looks actually really cute. I have no idea why. It reminds me of Pikmin Bloom for some reason. And there we go. That's the ship that I was talking about. It looks very big, and I have a theory for why the ship is there along with the little thing that drops off the captains, which I'll get to later. We also see the red Pikmin with the red stuff behind them. No idea what that is still. And then we see blue and yellow Pikmin as well come out of the onion. Pretty not surprising to see them appear in this game. We see the reappearance of the sand wall, but something interesting happens in this segment of the trailer. The little ice cubes come out again. Very intrigued to see what these ice cubes are. Since treasure is back in this game, it could also just be treasure, like very small amounts of treasure. I think they had something similar to that in like mission mode. We don't really know what's happening with those little shards. We then see the Pikmin build some kind of wall that the captain climbs on. Pretty interesting. And we also see a glimpse of a new enemy. Don't really know what this is. Kind of looks like a good day from My Singing Monsters. That's just me though. And then we see what confirmed that they're going back to Pikmin 2's roots. We see a pair of binoculars, which then later gets sent back to the little pod thing where it says treasure found. So it looks like we will be treasure hunting in this game. Maybe they'll combine treasure hunting with fruit finding. We don't really know. One thing I want to note about the treasure is that it did not give a gold amount, so I don't know if treasure collecting is not going to be based on getting a certain gold amount. I really hope they don't do that, for they stick to something more unique. When you get a certain amount of treasure, it makes you unlock a new area, similar to Pikmin 1's ship parts. But let's just get out of that and get to the cooler thing, the new Pikmin type, Ice Pikmin. When I first saw these things, I thought they were just blue rock Pikmin. But dang, am I wrong. Look how they froze that Bulborb. So dope looking. And they freeze water, for you can walk on it. This is going to make for some clever puzzles, and it's going to make blue Pikmin even more useless. Man, do I love hating on blue Pikmin. Why you bullying me? Sorry, blue Pikmin fans out there. It's just a joke. Chill. And then we see we see this dog creature thing that seems to be able to be controlled by the captains, can carry 10 pounds, which is the same amount as a purple Pikmin. This is actually going to be kind of cool. It didn't show anything combat-wise besides it being able to carry and to charge towards breakable objects, but I do think it will be cool to see this used in combat, if it can be used in combat. And also they show some more new captains. These captains' art styles are starting to look more human here. We see one named Shepherd, and we actually see 4 captains. This might hint to 4 playable captains at once. They all seem to be wearing these red uniforms that matches up with their ship. Maybe they're part of some organization. Don't really want to speculate about that right now. Let's just move on. Also, Shepard does say that's actually quite typical for his breed. Probably not going to happen, but they say breed. Maybe there's different breeds for the dogs that do different things. Remember, I'm just throwing theories out there. This is basically the time I like to speculate about games. But hey, you never know. It looks like the dog can also go in water, which your Pikmin can grapple onto him. For you can cover water. I see that they're making water way less of a threat. Before, blue Pikmin, they were the only things that can go in water besides wing Pikmin being able to fly above it. But now you can have the ice Pikmin to freeze it, or you can just put it on your dog. Water seems to be way less of a threat. But something I want to see here is, first of all, besides his name being Awachi, it says you found a castaway. This is probably my most interesting part of the trailer period. What do they mean by castaway? And they say it again in the next frame, where Colin, which looks a lot like Charlie, just gonna point that out, says we found a castaway. Looking closer at it, we can't actually see the captain's face, but we do see a familiar blue light and body shape. It looks a lot like Louie in my opinion, so I think that they're gonna go with a story where these new, maybe not so trained captains find the other 5 OG captains, Alf, Brittany, Charlie, Olimar, and Louie, stranded on an island and just refer to them as the castaways. It also looks like a bubble appears above Owachi's head, maybe hinting that the main premise of the game is going to be finding these other castaways along with the treasure. I also want to note that they start showing a lot of gameplay of being in a cave, and this points to them bringing back the sub-levels from Pikmin 2, such a beloved and wanted back feature from Pikmin 2. So sick to see this back, and it looks like this is where they found the castaways, so maybe in these sub-levels is where you will find the other captains. Then we also see a Shaggy Longlegs version of him as one of the bosses, one of the sub-level bosses. Never liked Shaggy Longlegs. He always stressed me out in the first game and third game, and every game. He's coming back, but he does look cool. He looks kind of like a disco ball, so I like it. Then we see that first boss from Pikmin 2 coming back, which also looks like it's in a sub-level. And then we also see them leave the sub-level, hinting that sub-levels are basically confirmed to come back. Let's go. Now, something really big I want to say is that when the main captain leaves the first planet, only she leaves the planet. The other 3 captains seem to stay behind and just wave and salute to her, which could hint that there's going to be 3 captains that just stay in each specific area. I think this would actually be really cool if each captain has its own unique abilities, as that'd make more sense for them to stay in the area. And maybe your main team grows as you find the castaways. No idea how this is going to work, just found that kind of weird how only the main captain left the area and the other 3 stayed. And then we get a little bit weird. It seems to be nighttime, which is never good in the Pikmin world, that's when the monsters go crazy. We see some of the star bits on the floor, and then we see a Bulborb get its eyes lit up and start charging somewhere. And then we get the release date of July 21st, 2023. A summer release game. You already know this is going to deliver so hard. It's going to be such a good summer game. But I want to focus on that last part there with the Bulborb. I think they're going to change the sunset mechanic up a little bit. Where instead of when there's 10 seconds, you lose every Pikmin on the field that's not in your party or near the onion, and you also instantly get teleported, to when it's sunset, the monsters still become evil and more, at least more evil, but they're just going to go attack, full attack mode at you, so you have to get back to the onion and the ship before this happens. This would be such a cool game mechanic, as it would make sunsets way more stressful. I mean, they're already pretty more stressful, but this would actually be kind of scary, just seeing a bunch of Bulborbs coming towards you, and just knowing that you're about to lose a lot of Pikmin. This would make time management so much more stressful, and time management is one of my favorite things about Pikmin. And there you have it, Toes and Tudettes. That's my just overall analysis of the trailer. I'm sure someone like Game Explain, go ahead, Andre. Just take this trailer, eat it up, just find every single piece of lore in this trailer. But that was my simple analysis of the trailer. Pikmin 4, like I said, is looking ultra spicy. I could not be more excited for this game, as there's so much stuff they showed in this trailer that could happen and be so cool. I will be making more Pikmin 4 videos in the future. I've already been making some Pikmin content, like I said, my Why I Love Pikmin video, which I highly recommend checking out. And I do have other Nintendo related content on my channel as well. If you did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing, as subscribing is free. Show some love to a fellow Pikmin advocate. And on that note, guys, I'll see you in the next one.